Alright, welcome back, guys. We are going to take a look at the satellite today. So, I did look ahead of time to figure out where this thing was. I expected to be down here, couldn't find it. It is under production. So, there is our recipe. And we can use speed, efficiency, and gauze in here. Nothing that we probably need. We need processing units, low density structures, regular rocket fuel, solar panels, accumulators, radars, and carbon fiber. And guess what? We have all of that in the network. So that is how we're going to get every bit of that here. So we need those, which I just happen to have on me, those, and those, which I just happen to have on me. Let's go ahead and I should no longer need the low density structures on me, so I'm going to take that off. And so let's see, we need 100 of the blue. How in the world did anything hit that? From over there, you shot all the way over there. Well, guess what? It didn't do you any good. You're dead now. Okay, so we need 100 of these. We're going to go ahead and hit that because I'm pretty sure we're going to need it. We're going to need 100 of the low density frames. There we go. We need 50 rocket fuel. That one. There we go. And next we're going to need 100 solar panels, 100 accumulators. There's that. And that. We may actually have to up the production of those, but we'll find out. Then we need the 5 radars and 10 carbon fiber. Alright, so radar. And carbon fiber. I'll just tell it 100 because why not? We got plenty of room in there. They can bring it all in one. And honestly, we can set that for 50. They can bring them all in one as well. So there we go. That'll start feeding all that in there. I'm not going to be running this super fast, so I am not quite worried about how quickly it does it. We're going to go ahead and let's see if I hit this. Then as soon as it gets its cargo in there, it should automatically launch. So we just got to wait for it to get everything in there. And I should probably do a stack inserter to make that a little bit faster. Right, so just need to get the last few low density structures. There we go. So our satellite has been input. So there we go. Our first launch with satellite has been made. So now once that gets done, there is our science. And now this should start making our next rocket. And we already have our next satellite ready to go. We just need to get our science out of there, which we are going to need to get down here with the rest of this. And to do so, everything comes off and works its way up. So if I put this here, and then I put a requester chest here, and I set that for the space science, and we're going to go ahead and say buffer, and then I'm going to turn that back on. I'm going to make a buffer chest, which we can then put up here. And again, I'm going to use a stack one. So now they should grab them, drop them down here. They will get put in and sorted through all of them, and our science has started. So we're now working on the hydrogen refining 2, which is going to take 2,000 of them, which means we need 2 rockets worth, as we only got 1,000 in. And it looks like what we're waiting on for the rocket is the control units. So let's go take a look at what's actually keeping the control units from being made fast enough. And they are being made here. And it's just slow is all it is. Let's go ahead, and we already have a beacon here, so this thing should be running. Crafting speed is 3.1875. It's plus 155%. Its affected sources is 6, so it's pulling from the K12 and the regular one there. It needs speed modules and the blue ones, and we've got the regular ones being made right here. We also have another one down here, which is running off a K1 beacon. So let's go ahead and upgrade this to a K2 beacon. We can go ahead and leave the K1 beacon there. It'll feed it as well. Oh, we also have this regular beacon here. So this one's running at 205%. I'm going to go ahead and just take out the K1. We'll throw it in to be upgraded. But we've got regular ones being made down here, so honestly there's no real reason we couldn't do this. Just throw productivities into each one of these. And then we can do this and that. And we can go ahead and let's see if I can worm this through here well enough. If I take this one out and I move it, that's not actually going to work. We're going to have to take this regular beacon out. We'll put that there. We can do that. And then we can run that over there. And then we can, nope, that's not what I wanted. Why did I do that? Alright, throw those into there. I wanted one of these. There we go. That'll get us a bit more of them coming out there, except for that is in the wrong spot. So let's fix this. We need this to be down to there. We can do that. And then this can output there. That's not going to work. Take that out, move it up to there. And then we move that there. That should work. Alright, then we can put one of these right here, and that'll feed all four of them. And this poor thing has no power. If I upgrade to that one, now it has power. Alright, so that will keep us in remote units a bit better. Oh, and I'm also going to, before I forget, because I've forgotten about 4 times now, now that we have the buffer chests being made, I'm going to set them so I get them as well. So now let's go look at our rockets. And still not getting them as fast as we need them. But it's getting them faster than it was. Yeah. It was actually able to do the second one as quick as it could the first one. It's almost. It's better than it was. And we need to keep taking a look down here. First off, we still have 700 of them. So that's not bad. Our red circuits are getting used pretty well. We're running low on copper coming down through here again. And let's take a look at the blue ones over here. They're actually keeping up reasonably well. Even, yeah, those at the moment still have some. Because I did set up that new area for making green ones over here, which are not being used. So if we need more green ones on this line, which you notice we have plenty of gaps there. So that's where I'm going to go ahead, and that's what I actually wanted to see. So we're going to go ahead and real quick, we're going to jump that through there so we can turn this, run it right on across here, and we get to up there. Which this is actually sending them down and around up to that side, but to be honest, those are running fine. I am going to go ahead and upgrade all of those so they can keep things moving a bit faster. But it's going fine. The only real issue with the red ones is we pretty much just don't have enough of them being made. We're gonna have to get more of them going at some point. Alright, so I'm gonna bring this up, bring it over here. I probably should have brought that over at this height anyways. But there we go, that will feed extra of those on there. And these are feeding onto that bottom. So them feeding in on the top is good. Alright, so that'll help force feed more of the green ones in here. And it actually looks like these red ones, one, can be upgraded along with these over here. So let's get that done. And these are all feeding onto this line to go to our blue ones, which really don't need them at the moment. You do notice we are kind of starting to run a little bit lower there. We can put productivity modules and speed modules in these. So I will probably start doing that. We can also take our beacons here, and I can't really get it up to those top 3, but I could put like one there, and then that one is feeding to there, so I could put another one here, and then we can put another one down here at the bottom, and then we can do the same thing over here on that side, which would help keep all of those running a bit better. And if we do that, then we can probably also send some of these red ones back to help feed the ones on this side, which I also need to finish getting their productivity modules in. Well, actually, yeah, I need to finish getting these in here. Try to save on some of our copper, and it's going to more efficiently make the copper. And I think I'm going to do that for most of those. And actually, yeah, we're doing pretty good on reds at the moment. So, because this one here isn't even doing anything. It just looks like we're lacking that here. But it looks like we're doing pretty well. Let's go see how our rocket's looking. So, we're actually doing well on the rocket control now. We're just low on the low density structure. We've almost built a second one. So let's go take a look at the low density structures now. Those are the ones for the science. We need the ones that are right here. Alright, so there's no copper getting all the way down here. Or very little. So let's take a look and see what we can do about that. For one, we can upgrade this belt, as it is all red belt down through here. It would also help if we had a full amount coming in over here. Let's go ahead and start with upgrading the belt. There we go. That'll force feed it down there much faster. And I don't think we need to worry about we might actually need to do that as well. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade those to blue. And we'll upgrade all of these as well. So we can get as much of that copper through there as quickly as possible to feed all of them. Still not getting quite enough through there because, well, we don't have enough copper coming in. That's because we have all those circuits being made and they're eating as much copper as we can get. Now it looks like we have a decent amount coming into here. It's just these are taking a pretty good chunk out of it right there at the beginning. This one is actually, we're actually running low on iron coming through there. But this is the one, no, this is running from our main over here. How are we running low on iron? Alright, that's all the coppers. They all look like they're running very well. And we could actually run this one better if we did this at each one of these, because then it would be able to feed both sides, which we don't even have all of them feeding because we were only doing the ones on the back side here. And it looks like the front ones are all staying pretty well empty there, so fine with that. Let's go look at the iron then. And we've got plenty coming in there. Wait a minute, why do we not have... We're actually full on dirty water. Well, that's an easy thing to fix. We need the dirty water being sent over that way. So, if we make a pump, and we put this in here, going into there, that'll pump water up and into there. That'll keep this thing moving. And then we just need to tell this to turn the pump off if we don't have enough water over on the other side. And I really don't want to run a pipe all the way, or a wire all the way across there. So I'm thinking I might put a tank in there for that. If we put this in, let's take that out. Take that out. We'll put the tank in there. It'll get the dirty water in from there. And then we just need to do that. And then control that pump. Tell it we need dirty water. Only turn it on if it's greater than 10K. So once that hits 10,000, which it looks like it's going to get pretty quick, then it'll turn that pump on. But before we do that, I also want to change that out. So it'll force feed this pipe with as much as it possibly can. Alright, so that should work well. Now, I wonder how our iron is doing over here. And it looks like we've got plenty sitting there waiting. We do have a lot of them that are done well. This one does not have very much. Where is it getting its iron? Oh, it's getting its iron from the same one. They're just dropping off it be the one that it can. So we probably need to A, get some trains, the new trains in here for this thing. Let's go ahead and order have two of them kept on me at all times there. And then we can change this over and have it keep those. We're not going to need that any longer. Take that out. And we've got 12 trains on us. So let's go ahead and take both of those out. Put these in. They still have the same thing. And why is that? Oh, because that still has nuclear fuel in its hand. Oops. Alright, now if we do that and that, and we need to set this for iron drop off so it'll actually get, actually, if we turn it to manual for a minute, there we go. Now we can put it back on automatic and it can get to work. Now, it stopped here probably because something was coming across there. So let's go ahead and make it so this is not a block. That way it can at least get all the way up to there. Now that should keep that train running a bit faster. And we're going to go ahead and make... I think I'm going to go ahead and get both of these crafted. That way I can keep them on me, because I don't have where I can order up aluminum or lithium batteries. We're definitely going to have to get another iron source in here, because this is not getting any iron due to the fact that this one is not able to run. And that is moving as fast as it possibly can. It does have a little bit of a lag in there. But I really don't think we can afford to have it split. And see, this thing's asking for another drop-off already. The problem is we do not have another iron node up there. So we would have to bring iron in from down here, which wouldn't be too difficult. All I'm going to have to do is set this right here to where it can come off of there and then just come straight up along here and then come into this over here, say north of there. So let's just have it come into Yeah, you can't go down there. We'll have it come in here. Over to there. And then into there. So then that'll give the train the option of going that way to get iron as well. So let's go ahead and do this. And then we probably should do, yeah, you're off one. Why are you off one from that one? There we go. So we can do that. And then we want to do this. Again, we want to do this last one. We're going to do that. And then we're going to put these here. And I think that should work. So now this train says iron drop off 2, because that's what these are. But if I change them to drop off 1, it should then be able to come in and go to one of those. Alright, so I'm going to change the name of this one to iron drop off 1. We need to change this over to iron drop off 1. There we go. I want to change this over to iron drop off 1. So now it can go from there up to either one of those. And then it can also go up and feed to this upper one as well, if it needs it, like right now. So let's see if this works. And yes, it does. And it goes, and it's feeding our other line over here, so we can finally get iron going in there. So, perfect. Alright, so that should help. Let's go check our rocket here real quick. It's still waiting on those robot or the low density structures. We've got plenty of the other things. It just made another one, so it should be going better. Let's see. I don't think we had one. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like we had one come in, because we're at 50%. So we're just waiting on that second one to go. So I'll have to do a little bit more work to see if I can get more of those low density structures being made. Over here, everything looks good with the copper. everything looks like it's running decently well. We do have the issue with the iron here, but it's starting back up now that that other line is running. The only real issue is that this is feeding off so much copper coming down for all of these that it's taken a pretty good chunk out of here. So I probably need to run a second line up here for this. I'm actually thinking that something I might want to look at doing soon is over here in this area, probably reroute this train down a bit closer to the water and basically just make a green circuit, at least making facility down here, since the green circuits only take copper and iron. That's something I would be able to do over there. We can always expand this out more if we need more processing areas for iron and copper. We are going to have to deal with finding more. We do have a 12 mil right there that isn't too far out we could get a hold of for iron. We've got an 8 mil copper down here we can get a hold of. So, and there's 9 mil copper down there. There's a small iron there. And that looks like that's about it that we've not already tapped into. But I think that might be a good idea, so we can just use trains to bring copper, or to bring the green circuits over here. That way the copper and iron that we need for everything over here can have a dedicated line, and we can have the copper and iron over there. It looks like all of these are running. I could give them some beacons to run faster, but the amount of copper we're eating is just more than we can really get into here. I think I may need to redo this a bit, because honestly, we've got the copper coming in. It's just that we're putting it on the belt with the steel, and this needs 20 copper. I need to change this over to where the... You know what? Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's break that. And we're going to have to grab that off of there. I have no idea why there's ceramic on that line. But we're going to go ahead and have this come down, and it's going to feed over and onto that belt. And then we're going to have the copper come in and go on this belt. So, other than the fact that it's then going to be using the red arms instead of the blue ones, but it's still able to keep up with it, we definitely need to upgrade that all the way to blue. But that should be able to keep that going faster. And then we go to logistics here and add a That's the K3 beacon. K2. If we throw one of them there and one of them there, that'll help them move faster. Copper's staying reasonably well at the moment. So let's go take a look at the rocket and see how well it's doing. Alright, so we're back to the control units being our holdup. And we definitely need to get the control units going better. I would say we probably need to get the low density structures going better as well, which again is going to be, we need to fix the copper issue coming in here. But that's going to be the most optimization I'm going to be able to do at the moment. But it does look like we had our second rocket take off because we have above 50%. So our hydrogen refining is running, and it'll be done as soon as they are done. So I'll keep an eye on this and see how close this rocket is to being done by the time that this gets done. And maybe we'll have a live stream this weekend and see what we can do to optimize this just a little bit more, and maybe we can actually put some beacons around that and get it working. Oh, and as for the tokamak reactor, we're not using enough power to facilitate using it. So I'm not going to hook it up at the moment. Also, we really need to run this reactor that we already have up here a lot more so it can use up our protium, because the tokamak reactor can only run deuterium or deuterium and tritium, 100 and 100 or 200. And we currently have 8.8 and 88. So that's not much for being able to run that. But I am guessing here that, oh no, this actually isn't. Okay, I was thinking that it would actually let us further refine protium to get more deuterium, but no, it isn't. That is actually just giving us a different recipe for separating the water into hydrogen and oxygen. So that one is 5. Let's see. Ingredients. Yeah, and the problem isn't the hydrogen. We've got plenty of hydrogen. We just have way too much protium that we're not using. So unless I like completely get rid of my fusion reactor or my fission reactors and run off of just fusion reactors and build a few more of them, we're not going to be able to put a tokamak up currently. I could put it up, but I wouldn't be able to keep it full fuel. So we're not going to use that one currently. Anyways, that is going to be it for today. I will see you guys next time.